good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. A little happy music to start with, and it's good to see you all on Sunday morning, the 1st of December. Welcome everybody to Morning Coffee with Mitch, and Ellen's here with us today with a few little audio problems, so she's going to do the best she can, but she'll be in the chat, and I think it's all my fault. But down to business, my friends, down to business, and I hope I'm sounding pretty good anyway. Whoops, let me not forget to do it this way. Drink it if you got it. Super good to see you all, and I see the chat's busy. 45 people in here so far. Let me just do the housekeeping and make sure that I'm live everywhere. Yes, let me check Rumble. Make sure Rumble is live. Yes, it is. Okay, and while I'm over in Rumble, I will say hi to Ellen over there, and Mike Seeley Sr.'s in there, Rod Weeder's in there, and No Slow says good morning, Mitch and Ellen. And so everything's working good, and I think the reason that Ellen is having a problem with her audio this morning is that I decided to get fancy here. I decided to get fancy so that I could bring out my and use my mixer that I use on my other live streams, so I could do this. And have a cheering crowd when I wanted to congratulate somebody. Anyway, that's what happens when I try to be fancy. So what are you going to do? But evidently it has screwed up Ellen's audio, so you'll have to pardon her. And I told her to just talk louder, but we'll work on that. So let me bring in Ellen. God, I remember you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mitch.
Yeah, you see your audio.
Good morning, everyone.
Your audio sounds a little strange, and what we're going to have to do, Ellen, is after the stream, I'm going to have to troubleshoot this. So, when we have our after the stream wrap up conversation, we'll make sure this doesn't happen tomorrow, or you won't be here tomorrow, but if this doesn't happen the next time you're here, and I will fix it.
I'm so sorry. Can you hear me? I hear it.
Yeah, you're hearing an echo. Let me try something, Ellen, real quick here. Let me try to turn on my echo cancellation. Did that help?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I sound a little better to me.
Does it?
How do I sound to people in the audience?
Well, I think that's a little better. I hate to use echo cancellation because when I play music, it screws it up. Tell me if the music still sounds okay.
Okay. Rick said, people in chat are saying it does sound better to them.
Oh, okay. Do you hear the music? Can you hear the music?
I hear the music fine.
Sounds okay. I'll watch it on the replay.
It's not perfect, but I think it's better. Anyway.
Cliff Medina says still echo, but and you have your echo cancellation on?
I do.
Who knows?
But it's much better to me. So anyway, luckily I won't talk much today. That'll keep me quiet, right?
Okay. Well, I actually have a gain control. I have a gain control on your audio here, and it seems that I just have my mixer set wrong. You're coming in on a wrong channel in this mixer, and I will fix that after the stream. I don't want to fool with it now, so we'll just go with it.
Saying it's a lot of people are saying it's better, so let's just go with this.
Okay, all right, we'll do that.
Good enough.
Okay, super, super. And
Okay.
that's what I get for trying to be technical. You wouldn't believe how my outdoor studio keeps growing and growing because and the reason I'm doing this, just so you know, is I don't know if you were able to watch the uh Saturday afternoon stream at 3 o'clock. Did you see any of that?
I did.
Okay, so you notice that I ran out of things to talk about. There were no questions, and I just opened it up and brought everybody in, and we had a good old time. And I'm going to continue to do that on Saturday, but I
Okay.
want to do it outside here, and I need my mixer to really do that afternoon live stream. So I said, well, let me test it out this morning because Greg Smith always lights up a cigar and makes me crazy. And I said, no, man, I need to be doing this outside. So I need to make my outdoor studio have the same capabilities as my indoor studio.
Yeah, it's expanding. Yeah,
Oh, man.
people really enjoyed that.
Yeah, let me just for fun here. Let me show you a picture. I just snapped a picture of this morning.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'll show you what I got going on outside here now. I have you see that? Not only my notebook that I usually have, but now I've got my big mixer. And I decided to power the whole mess with one of those solar backup power supplies in case there's any power failures. Now I'm going to be live forever. So that keeps me from having to actually run a power cord to my table here.
Oh, okay.
Also, and I have these things, and I may as well be using them. So there you go. That's what my setup looks like now. And I've still got the same boom microphone that you see here, and it's working great, except for the fact that you're coming in for some reason. You're coming in on the wrong channel of the mixer, and that's
Well,
probably something that I have set up wrong in my notebook. So we'll fix it after the stream. And enough
and
of that.
ideally, I would have been here earlier, but anyway, it's all gonna work out.
Yeah, you're sounding fine now. You're sounding fine, but
Yeah.
that echo cancellation usually screws up my audio, and I don't want to do that. So I'll see how bad it was on the chat, and we'll see what happens.
Well, you're here, I'm here, everyone else is here, so it's all good.
So you can't wait to get up to
Cheers.
the penthouse where the caterer's waiting, and
I've missed it.
the maid staff, and
Yes,
the foot massage and all that stuff I've provided for you up there
that's right. Yes, I'm eager to
in the penthouse.
to experience all my new perks. I was promised. Yeah.
I got you in the penthouse.
Okay.
My face over the top of you, so we'll get rid of that.
Okay.
All right.
In the chat.
Well, good. Let me start with a few little things that I want to say, and here it is right here. Okay. As usual, Ellen will probably throw some links in the chat for these things. I've been remiss at that. So coffee cups, we have coffee cups, and more and more people are getting their coffee cups. Sherry Morgan yesterday on the live stream unboxed her coffee cup, and that was great. And I got a picture yesterday of hang on a second. What did I do? I got a picture yesterday of Terry with her coffee cup. And I put it on the website, but I wanted to show you on the live stream. So there's Terry Sue with her coffee cup.
Oh, nice.
She took that picture on Saturday.
Hey. Oh, very nice, Terry.
Yeah, a lot of reflection there on the phone. There you go. So thank you, Terry. I hope you enjoy that. And wanted to acknowledge that this morning. Yeah, the coffee cups are fun. They're fun. I have the buy me a coffee as usual. So if you love what I do and you want to say thank you to me, that's a good way of doing it. And Ellen, I'm sure will throw. throw it up.
I will.
I know you will. Thank you.
In fact, I'm doing that right now as we talk.
Thank you so much. And as usual, if you have a question, and we've been getting some great questions on these morning streams.
Yeah.
If you have a question for me, QQQ, capital QQQ before the question in the chat. Tomorrow morning, December the 2nd, I have, and I've said this, but I want to remind everybody again that I have a urology appointment at the VA. I do that every year. Normally they take imaging of my kidneys, and we've been tracking all these kidney stones, and that's the reason I've been doing this. But seeing as I have an appointment every year on the books, I do want to keep it, even though I just had that kidney stone adventure that I got recent imaging, and I don't need imaging this year, but I'm going to go in anyway and just show up for the appointment and talk to her and my urologist over there and bring her up to date on what happened with that kidney stone, because they pretty much weren't involved. I had to go to the hospital. When you go to the hospital, it's not through the VA clinic. They do cover the costs of it, but I don't think they're aware of that yet. So if they want to get records from that particular episode, they can do that. But I'm going to go in there, and it's an 8:00 appointment, and so I'm going to do the live stream tomorrow morning at 10 instead of Wednesday.
Okay.
So, I'd like to do at least one day a week at 10, and I should be home by 10. I think there's a 95% chance, unless the VA just screws up and nobody gets there and shows up late for work, and I end up waiting and waiting and waiting. So what'll happen is I should get home in time to set up my, get my studio going and be ready to go by 10 o'clock. If I'm not ready to go by 10 o'clock, I can probably just log in and go live from my cell phone wherever I am, and apologize to everybody and basically say, see you guys tomorrow. But I should be here 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'll look forward to that. And I'll have a full report of how I briefed my urologist, because as usually happens when I go to doctors, I end up doing all the talking and they end up doing all the listening. Par for the course for me. Okay.
That will be.
Yeah, you know how it is. And I did mention that the Saturday afternoon, I was going to just call it off. I was going to say, these Saturday afternoons are really superfluous with all of the morning live streams I do. I think maybe people are getting tired of me. Maybe we're just doing too much of this. Maybe I need to start making more long form videos again to bump up the traffic on my channel, because we don't get the same benefit from a live stream as we get from a video that's just there. YouTube doesn't push out these live streams to new people. You need to make videos for them to push it to new people. So I need to start doing more of that. But we had so much fun Saturday.
I bet. I'm so sad I wasn't there.
Yeah, we were doing what the private community does on Thursday night. And it was a lot of the same people, but we had 7 people in the round table on the window, and we opened it up. I put the link in the chat itself for everybody. You don't have to be a private community member or anything. If you feel like you want to jump in, introduce yourself to us, let us get to know you on Saturday afternoon at 3. We're going to try that for a little while and see if, they say, run it up the flagpole and see who salutes. So that takes care of my announcements for this morning. And so next Saturday at 3, we'll give that a shot. And what I'm going to do right now is what I normally do about this time. I'm going to go up to the top of the chat, and I see Sandy Blythe was here early, like last night. Lucy Auerbach, always here early. And there's Terry Sue. I got a chance to see her this morning. Mute your mic, Ellen, because something's banging away. Okay, thank you. Yeah, with the audio problems we're having, your mic is very sensitive to noise this morning for some reason. And Mike Seeley's here from Tampa. Good to see you. Peter's here. Peter's all over the chat this morning. How you doing, Peter? Good to see you. I don't know if he's still here, but he was here early. And he's talking to everybody. Couch Potatoes here. How you doing? Laura is here. Hello, Mitch and everyone. I hope you have a great Sunday. Yes, it's Sunday, isn't it? Mike Seeley Sr.'s here. Good to see you. Laura asked a question, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little while after I finish saying hi to people. Do you have a note of that question so you can remind me? Okay. Richard Williams. Good morning, Richard. How you doing? Wayne Herman is here. Rick from Miami, Charger Mopar. Good to see you. Patty Molden's with us. And Peter wrote 4 paragraphs and answered Laura's question, but I'm going to answer Laura's question. Nikki W. How you doing, Nikki? Good to see you. Smoothie is here. Smoothie's here. Good to see you. Trucking Carnivore also has a question, so make note of that too, Ellen, and we'll get back to that. Meatitudes. Good morning, Meatitudes. How you doing? And then Ellen chimed in, and I sighed a sigh of relief. I've been Ellen deficient here the past few days. Steve Studley's here. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, Steve. And Satya. Satya's here. How you doing? Good morning, sweetie. Good to see you. CB Carmack, Sheriff CB from Alabama. Hiya, CB. He was in there with us yesterday. Yeah, yes, sir. Peter was there. Greg Smith was there. We had a good old time. Golf Addict. Spanky was there. Sherry Morgan popped in. Yeah, we had a great time. Great time yesterday afternoon. Stickman's Garage, good morning to you. Bob Black, how you doing? Ketra, how you doing? Ketra Keat over on Rumble. And I'm trying to, Lori's Carnivore Story. My autocorrect. Yeah, I hate that. Sometimes it's good. And Spanky chimed in. Yeah, 6:30 a.m. Good to see you, Spanky. How you doing? Enjoyed seeing you yesterday. Glenn Ish is here. Good morning. Retired Rick is here. Michael Pregler's with us. Good to see you. And let's see who else is new. Lynn Gerber. Hiya, Lynn. How you doing? Lewis L. from New York. Good to see you, Lewis. Danny in Boston's here. Aaron Booby Goats is here. Good morning to you. And who else is new that I missed? Dan Galasso's here. Good morning, Dan. How are you? Good to see you all on a Sunday morning. And Spanky said that it's cold up in Canada, 20 degrees here now. And I got to tell you, it's not that bad now, but when I first got out here this morning, it was in the 50s, the upper 50s. And I dressed up accordingly, and I even got a hood here, and I was ready to do my Kenny impression with the hood tied down around my face. But then it warmed up a little bit out here, so it's not too bad now. And this knit cap really helps close off the radiator that a bald head is, because when you're bald, you lose a tremendous amount of body heat through the top of your head, and just putting on a knit cap like this can really make you feel warm. And so if you see me with a knit cap on these live streams, then you know it was a little chilly. It was a little chilly. I think I said hi to Steve Studley, maybe not, but he says good morning all. Good to see you, Steve. Hey, Mark Whistler's here. Hiya, Mark. How you doing? Morning, everyone, he says. Nice and white here in southern Indiana. Wow. At least it isn't nice and white here in Florida. It's going to get up to around 70 today. It's going to be nice, but we're going to be getting colder over the next couple days. So you're going to see me out here in the morning more and more bundled up, Cole's Attic is here. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? And who else is new? How we doing on time? We got plenty of time here. Cliff Medina. Good morning, Cliff. How you doing, buddy? Cliff chimed in. Oh, Cliff says it's better now. Okay, good. And Rick said, "See, the music is garbled when I use my that's what the echo correction on the StreamYard does. It garbles the music. That's why I don't like to use it. But we'll get it straightened out so I don't have to use that tomorrow. Well, Ellen won't be here tomorrow. Sounds like underwater. Yeah, I was afraid of that, but it'll be okay. Peter's back. No echo on Ellen now. Yeah, I understand. And I need to make sure that this computer sets it to the correct channel on my mixer where I will not get the echo from Ellen. I could maybe correct it now, but I'm not going to fool with it. I might make it worse. We'll fix it after the stream, and from here on out, we'll have beautiful audio. No underwater music. And Dan says, I'll imagine the music while you light your cigar today. Or I could turn off my echo cancellation as long as Ellen's not talking and play good music. So we were at 8:35 now when we were having our audio issues, Ellen, and we're getting into the live part of the chat. Edward Renner's here. How you doing, Edward? Good to see you. And let's see who I haven't said hi to yet. I'm about 15 minutes behind in the chat right now, but Mama Bear's here. Hiya, Mama Bear. Maria Kelly is here. Good to see you. James Childers has a question. Not a question, just a statement telling you that you're a pretty lady. I agree. Mark C's here. Hey, Mark. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. And who else is new? Another question from Turmir. Tuka's here. How you doing? How do I become smart like Mitch? I can't tell you that. I know you always ask how you can become handsome like Mitch, but I would say be careful what you wish for. How you doing, Tuka? Good to see you. At least it's not the middle of the night for you over there. That's good. That's good. Usually. And Glenn also has a doctor's appointment today, so it's this first of the month. Anybody else new before we start getting to the questions? Standing Foot. Hey, Standing Foot, how you doing? Good to see you. And Lat is here. Lat, good to see you. Cliff Medina has a question. Just check J. Crow's Lugol solution of iodine. I think I'm getting so many cysts low on iodine. How do you take it? Well, let me answer that one real quick, Ellen. We'll get that out of the way. I take 2 drops of it every morning in a cup of coffee. That's what I do. I don't taste it. It couldn't hurt, Cliff. It can't hurt. 2 drops of this in a cup of coffee is about, 1 drop is 1,500 micrograms. So that would be about 1,500. That'd be about 3,000 micrograms. That's 3 milligrams. That's not a lot of iron. A lot of iodine. And some people have told me they're taking up to 8 to 12 drops a day. I don't think you need that much, but it can't hurt you. And most of us, I think, are running around iron deficient. So hope that answers that question for you. And I had another iodine question too that may have answered just as well. Hey, William McCartney's here. I like this one. Namaste, you all. I haven't seen you before. Morning, I'm recovering from a kidney stone and infection. Been carnivore for 4 months. Any advice? Well, yeah. if you've been carnivore for 4 months and you're not eating plants, you probably are dumping oxalates. And I've been going through that now for 2 years, and your kidney stones, my only advice would be to get with a good urologist and some good imaging and find out exactly how many kidney stones you have, what size they are, and start keeping track of them, because they're going to start getting smaller. And when they get smaller, they start moving around and you will pass them. So it's good to find out what your current situation is so you know what to expect. It's not fun, but better to be getting rid of those stones than accumulating more and bigger stones, because you're loading up on all that healthy oxalate food they keep recommending that we eat, like spinach and chocolate and almonds and so many other things. So that would be my answer to that. And if you have a question like that, throw 3 Q's in front of it, and I'll be, we won't miss it. I miss some questions that don't have that, because I'm just basically now trying to say hello to everybody. Graceful Lily says good morning to everybody. P.O. is here. P.O. Hendrickson, good morning to you. I think Jeff Streslak chimed in. Hiya, Jeff. Good to see you as well. And I think we're getting to the point where I'm going to ask Ellen to remind me of that first question, and we'll try to answer it. Let's see here. Bill Cook chimed in. Okay, here's a question. Thanks. I'm recovering from a kidney stone infection. Yep. Okay, so you did repost it with the QQQs. There you go. Very good. Very good. I'm at 8:50 in the chat, only about 5 minutes behind, so I am catching up, Ellen. I don't see anybody I haven't said hi to yet. So you can unmute your mic and come in here and tell me what question I should answer first. All right.
Yeah, and that was the door opening and closing when you heard that loud noise.
Okay.
I just need to. I could have muted right away. I just didn't think about it, the sounds.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so that first question you want, Laura asks, sorry if you already answered this. What would you recommend for emotional eating? I struggle sometimes with too much stress from work and boredom/depression, winter here in Canada. Yeah, that's hard for us in the northern climates in the winter sometimes.
Yeah, and of course, emotional eating is both a habit and an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of those things are separate. The first thing that I look at, because I went through exactly the same thing, I had to get over that too. I mean, we always find ourselves, for some strange reason, mindlessly standing in front of the refrigerator, or the pantry, and looking for something to eat. And it's a habit. In that case, it's more of a habit than an addiction. Now, that the reason we have that habit is because we fall prey to these addictions. But the thing that makes this emotional eating is not really a physiological need. Your body at that particular instant doesn't say to you, oh man, I need sugar, because that's how the addiction works. The addiction is a signal from your subconscious. And I've explained this a lot of times, that when you're a sugar burner, which most of us are before we become carnivore, in fact, I would say greater than 90% of Americans are sugar burners, because that's what our diet is. That's what the healthy diet they recommend is. That's what's glorified everywhere. And the carnivore type eating is demonized everywhere. So we've been hearing that for 50, 60, 70 years. And most of us believe that it's true. We have no reason to believe it's not true, which is very frustrating. It's why so many people try and say, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing everything they say, I'm going to the gym, I'm working my ass off. And yet I still get more, I gain weight and I just feel worse. What's going on here? We're all like that. And there's two different reasons that you find yourself standing in front of the fridge or the pantry thinking that you're hungry when you're really not hungry. The addiction part of it is your subconscious mind that knows that when you are primarily metabolizing sugar, and this is the key, and this is the why, to try to help you understand why you're going through these things and why you seem to be just falling prey without when you really don't need anything to eat. Your subconscious mind knows that when you metabolize sugar, you only, and this is so important, you only have 1 day supply of energy in the form of sugar stored in your body. That's it. That's it. 1 day. It's stored in your liver and your muscles as glycogen. Your subconscious mind can't get at your body fat because your insulin is usually high from eating all of that sugar, because that goes along with it. You can't have one without the other. When you're primarily a sugar burner, it's because that's all you're eating. Or primarily, you're not eating any fat, you're not eating much protein, you're eating mostly sugar. So your body says, okay, we're in a famine. There's no meat, there's no real food. I guess we have to live on this survival food that was only meant to get us through till tomorrow, till the hunt succeeded and some real food, the meat and fat, actually showed up. But we've been conditioned to not think that that's real food, that that's poison, and the real food is the sugar. So here we are. We're all a bunch of animals living on survival food with an instinctual fear of death tomorrow if we don't get more sugar. And that is where the cravings come from. The cravings. When you constantly, over years, have had these cravings, and these cravings have driven you to the refrigerator and to the pantry, it becomes a habit. And that habit can divorce itself from the cravings that originally caused that habit to develop. Emotional things, emotions, being nervous, being stressed, can trigger habits very easily, especially any habit that gives you some kind of comfort in the form of a neurotransmitter release like dopamine or serotonin. So you end up in a vicious cycle. You got the habits because of the fact that you're living on survival fuel and your subconscious is trying to keep you alive. You've had these so long that they became a habit, and now you're stuck with both. And it's just what you do. It's just how you live. That's why everybody does this. And it's not just you. Virtually everybody who burns sugar and has an addiction to it finds themselves emotionally driven on two fronts. One, from the fear of death, that you're going to run out of sugar by tomorrow, and by the habit of just every time you get that a little twinge or a little feeling, you try to preempt all that, and you head for the fridge or the pantry. The way to stop that, and I saw that Peter answered that for you earlier, and Peter's a good student. Peter's been listening to me rant about this ever since he started watching my channel, and his answer was correct. And the answer is whenever you feel a craving, or it's habit driven as well, you're going to have to eat something because your body wants that comfort. So eat carnivore food. Eat carnivore food. But remember that if you're going to be doing carnivore properly, at least this is my opinion and the things that I kind of preach here, if you're going to be doing carnivore properly, that means no snacking. That means every time you start to eat, every time you put a bite of food in your mouth, you have to say to yourself, I am eating a meal. I'm eating a meal. If I feel like I have to eat, then I need to eat a meal. And eating a meal involves eating until you don't want to eat anymore, until satiety sets in. And that means pretty much and usually a full meal. Now, once you get over this, once you get really fat adapted, your body can run on the fat that you have stored. The insulin levels go down. Your subconscious mind learns that it usually takes about 30 days to break a habit. It learns that it's not going to die tomorrow if you don't get a sugar fix every 2 hours. And after you've gone through this emotional eating won't happen to you nearly as much. And if it does, you'll be able to control it. But until you can control it, until you can stop negotiating a reason why it's okay with yourself, and that's what we do. We negotiate reasons. We find ourselves standing in front of the closet saying to ourselves, negotiating, well, I know I shouldn't eat this. This stuff's not good for me. I'm trying to do a carnivore diet. I'm trying to be really good, but I need this stuff now. And you start rationalizing. You start saying, well, maybe this one more time. Maybe I'll just do it now, and I'll start again tomorrow. I promise I'll never do this again. And we all do that. And our subconscious is a great negotiator. We always lose those negotiations. We always come up with something that we rationalize. I'll start on Monday. I'll start after the first of the year. It'll be my resolution. I promise I'm really going to do this. And you can make all the, but right now, I'm just going to eat this stuff and it's going to be okay because I've made that promise to myself, the most broken promise on the planet. And we all know that. I was there for so many years, and that's what you're going through. The fact that you feel the need to do this is real. There's physiology, there's chemistry, there's everything behind it. How to deal with it is basically just keep in mind that anytime you wake up and say, wow, I'm standing here in front of the refrigerator or the pantry, stop right there. Head for the fridge. At that stage in your carnivore journey, it's a really great idea to have a bunch of stuff already prepared. Have some burger patties cooked, some hard-boiled eggs, some bacon strips, and just start eating. And eat until you get satisfied. You won't find yourself standing in front of the pantry. You'll probably be good until your next meal. Don't worry about how much you eat while you're in a transition phase. This probably won't happen to you after you're done transitioning into metabolizing fat and living on just meat without the sugar. So that's kind of a summary of everything I talk about every day, and it applies very well to that question, and I hope that answered it for you.
Okay.
There you go. Long answer to a short question, as usual. What else we got, Ellen?
Okay, we have. Will Mitch come out with his own brand of coffee roast ever? Here's an idea.
No, Mitch.
There's a quick
Mitch
answer.
doesn't want to sell anything, to tell you the truth. I don't want to. It's why I don't take sponsors. I try to make a living at this. I'm my own worst enemy because I refuse to sell out. And anytime you do that, you have to sell out. And if you have your own roast coffee, you got to charge 3 times as much for it. And so that everybody can make money. And I don't want to do that. I don't think I'd have I'm not near big enough a channel anyway to, I could take on a coffee company as a sponsor, but no, I honestly, I've got, you buy me a coffee, help support me. Anybody bought me a coffee yet today?
Yes,
I don't
I
think
put
so.
the link in and I will post
Yeah,
it again.
no, but somebody just bought a coffee cup. Yes, Trish.
Yay.
Thank you, Trish. Just bought a coffee cup. Good for you. Good for you. And you do that. You shop through my Amazon links, and that really helps me. And watch my videos, and that helps too. And I make enough money. I don't make, what I make as a retired person with some other areas of income is all I need. I'm not looking to make a fortune, just looking to make this, all the time I spend, at least pay me $10 an hour. That's kind of about what I might earn the end of a month, if that. $10 an hour for all the time I spend doing this. But I do it as a labor of love. I do it because I know that there are people that are getting helped. I do it for the camaraderie, for the friendship, for the sense of community. But it doesn't mean I can't use a little money now and then, but I won't sell out for it. You wouldn't believe the sponsorship emails that I get every day. I hope it shows through that I'm enthusiastic about this, and I do it because I believe so strongly in it, about the miracles that it's done for me after a lifetime. And until you get as old as me, you can't speak from experience when you tell people just how bad it used to be for you. Because I can identify with every one of you that's struggling in any way. And I'm so convinced that hopefully you hear that conviction in me whenever I answer a question or give advice whatsoever. So there you go. There you go. No coffee for me. No coffee brands for me. Sorry. I buy the cheapest stuff I can find at Sam's Club, and it's good enough for me. I'm not one of those coffee connoisseurs.
Right.
Or as a friend of mine used to say, he'd say, Mitch, you're some kind of sewer, he would say. Some kind of sewer.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. What we got next? What do we got next? We still have time. Good for that. I know there were some other questions.
Still have time, I know, but you got them. You got the questions.
Did I? There was a couple I saw. Cliff Medina says going to do 3 drops. Yeah, that won't. I don't think that'll hurt you. You might want to start with 1 or 2, or you could start with 3 and maybe back off to 2. I don't want to give anybody advice to to take too much of anything, but I don't think 3 drops would hurt everybody. So there you go. We got any questions from?
No, we don't have any more. So if anyone has any question, because you talked to Namaste Y'all about her kidney stone and infection, correct?
Yeah, here's a question. Hey, Mitch, did you find out what level? Yeah, here you go. Here's another question. Just came in. Yeah, Cliff said, hey, Mitch, did you find out your level D3? No, I won't get my you take an exorbitant amount of vitamin D, Cliff. So I'm not surprised to hear that you're at 90 to 120. Not surprised at all. My phone just went off. Somebody bought me a coffee. Chris, thank you so much. Chris bought me a coffee. Chris at Namaste Y'all. Thank you so much. Thanks for the excellent explanation. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. We try. I go off on these things and maybe get sometimes a lot more detailed than I need to, but I think my approach is always not just to tell somebody what to do, not just to say, but to make you understand the physiology behind the actions that are driving you to do these things that make no sense. And they drive you to be ashamed of yourself and punish yourself for failing and blaming yourself, which is what the entire diet community wants to do to us when we fail. Well, it's your fault. You're not listening to the advice. I think by understanding why this is happening to you and it's not your fault, goes a long way into keeping you in the game and not just giving up, saying, oh, as usual, I'm a failure. I'm just going to eat this crap and get fat and die. No, it's not your fault. Nobody can follow the standard diet advice in this country. Eat low fat, no meat, all veggies and fruit and sugar, exercise until you can't move anymore. Nobody can keep that up. Some people can keep it up and fight through it for a little while, but none of them ever, never are able to sustain a healthy lifestyle for life. And I can tell you that from personal experience. I have been 2.5 years since I've eaten a plant or a carb. I never was able to go 1 month in the first 75 years of my life before I went off of it and gained all the weight back every time. So yes, I'm living proof, at least for me, that doing it the way that I figured out finally after all those years has worked, and the results are nothing short of miraculous. And that's why I have the conviction to be able to say what I do. I didn't just hear this from somebody else. I didn't just pass it on to you as secondhand information. This is something that I know as a fact because I was there. I was there through the whole adventure. Through the whole adventure, all my life. And I know without doubt that this works.
Okay.
And I'll keep going and keep trying to tell people. I saw another coffee. Terry bought me a coffee. How you doing, Terry? Thank you so much. I can't remember how drinking coffee alone feels. Oh, I'm so glad. That's great. That's great. And that's why we're here. We're here because I enjoy it, number one, and because I have company when Ellen's here, number two, and that all of you are here. And if we do nothing more than just experience a sense of community, of not being alone in this fight, and get some support when we're feeling down, then that's all we need. And if I can make something clear and answer some of these questions, I'm tickled. I'm just happy to do that. But this is a motivational live stream every morning. I think a great way to start your day. I'm generally very upbeat in the mornings because the aggravation of the day hasn't happened. I haven't watched the news or gotten myself pissed off about this, that, or the other thing. Haven't read any nasty comments. So I'm usually bright and cheery, happy in the morning, happy to see all you guys, all the regulars, and hopefully we can keep adding more and more people to this. And that's why I do it 7 days a week. And I don't know if anybody actually out there enjoys it as much as I enjoy doing it. But as long as that continues, I'm gonna be here. So again, thank you all for coming. We got 130 people in here this morning for a Sunday morning. That is not bad. Not bad at all.
That is great. And Mitch, have you had a cigar yet?
No, I haven't. My God. Hey, Mark Booze finally bought a coffee mug. Hey, Mark, that's great, man. Good to see you. Yes, that's terrific. All right, Mark. Mark's a member of the tribe now, and I don't want to co-opt the term tribe from Ken Berry, but hang on. I think I got a cigar here. Let me go over here.
I think it's a generic term.
Holy cow! Do I have a lighter here? Where's my lighter? No, it's over on the couch. I have to go to my spare lighter today. So we'll do this without the music since it's garbled. But I can mute that I have just in case my magical lighter doesn't light. See, I'm prepared. But thank you, Ellen. Excuse me, guys, while I light my cigar. God, we only got 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, okay. We'll just have to imagine the music, right?
Well, I can give it to you.
Oh, garbled is garbled. This music is good garbled. We're going to get the limp flowing.
Yeah, I got my whole mixer out here now. I can do anything out here. I can play sound effects. I can do everything except get Ellen through clearly because she's on the wrong channel. And this will also allow me, when I get you on the right channel, to control your volume here, so you don't have to worry about it. If you're too loud, I'll be able to turn you down a little bit.
Yeah, you'll be able to shut me off if you want.
Yeah. But no,
Okay.
also life is good, man. Life is good. We got anybody else ask a question?
Yes. Well, Peter has a good question comment. Mitch, can you please make a standalone video, excuse me, of your answering of Laura's emotional eating issue question?
I can do that. I can
have his mom watch. Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I have queued up right now in my computer about somewhere like 5 or 10 questions that I've answered in previous live streams, that each one of them would make, I think, a terrific standalone video. And I'm going to try to edit and release a couple of them today, because I don't have anything else scheduled today. And that was one of the things I was going to do this morning, and is release a couple of those. And this is kind of like what Anthony Chafee does. Most days he takes a little chunk out of a live stream of his and makes a video with its own thumbnail, and it becomes a standalone video and gets some views and becomes a legacy thing. And what difference does it make if the answer to a question just happens to be something maybe I haven't gone into in that detail in a standalone video, and something I can actually preview that came off the top of my head, because all of these answers just come off the top of my head, so they don't sound rehearsed. And it's the best way I like to talk. And sometimes I say some things that I'm very proud of and don't know if I could actually repeat them again if I'm trying to repeat them. So I'm gonna continue to do that, and I will make note of that, Peter, to do that one question from today. So thanks for the suggestion. Okay.
Okay. Crazy. Stickman's Garage says, and people put a QQQ when they want something addressed. So I will bring up anything with a QQQ. Said these morning streams go by way too fast. Need more meat, need more Mitch and Ellen, and everyone else. And I agree with that.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. God, you guys set up a storm here. Look at this.
There is one. You want another question?
Sure. Let's quick look at Rumble and see if anybody else chimed in over there. No, I don't see anybody else. Okay. What is it? Go right ahead.
Okay, Karen Yates, someone I haven't met before. Hi, Karen. Did you see Dante Ferrigno's commentary about the opposition to RFK Big Food and Pharma have announced? The opposition to Big Food, I guess RFK and Pharma have announced. So you may not have seen that.
No, I haven't watched.
Yes.
Ferrigno Freedom. I haven't watched Dante's videos in quite a while. I can't watch them all, and I really tend to only watch videos from people. Patty Malden asked me, did I say drink it if you got it today? Yes, I did. I did say that. I did say that. And then Lori asked, did we do the cigar yet? You guys are looking out for me. Thank you so much. I'm trying to find that question that you're talking about. Mitch, can you please make a standalone video? There's Peter's. Holy cow. And where is the question that's asking me about whether I saw Dante for? No, I didn't. I didn't see that. His commentary. I would wonder whether it was a positive or negative commentary. I have my own commentary, and I've already expressed it about my opinion. Here and Cliff is thinking about.
Did you see Cliff's? Okay, good.
Any meetups planned? No, not till after the first of the year. We'll work on that. And here it is. Did you see? I found out. I knew I'd find it. Did you see Dante Ferrigno's recent commentary about the opposition to RFK's Big Food and Pharma have announced? Oh, I see what you're saying. Now I get it. I didn't really get the question. he was commenting about the fight, about evidently the fight that Big Food and Pharma are going to put up. Does that make sense to you, Ellen? That's
Mhm.
probably what
Oh,
it was.
okay. Yeah.
Yes. Well, is
Sense,
there
but
anybody here among us that think that some of the most profitable businesses and biggest industries in our country are going to roll over
yeah.
and go, oh, okay, we'll stop. We'll fire all our scientists that make food more addictive, and we'll stop advertising bullshit and stop lying to people about how healthy these sugar-laden breakfast cereals are. Oh, and we'll go to the universities that we own and fund now and control all of their messaging. We'll go to them and say, okay, guys at Harvard, okay, Walter Willett at Harvard, listen, you can stop lying now. You can stop shilling for us. I don't know how you're going to keep your university open when we no longer give you these huge endowments. Oh, and they'll say to the major media too. They'll probably just say, "Okay, listen, guys at NBC, CBS, ABC, MSNBC, CNN. Listen, guys, sorry, but we're not going to launder billions of dollars in the form of advertising payments to you guys anymore. So you'll continually squelch the message that all of this crap we're selling is healthy. We're going to stop funding you. So we don't know how you guys are going to make a living anymore. You're not in great shape anyway now. So you're probably going to go out of business." But we're not going to fight this. We only have everything riding on the fact that we need to keep doing what we're doing. So we're going to admit, we're going to go, okay, Robert Kennedy Jr. We'll just stop all of the crap we've been doing for 50 and more years, spreading propaganda and lies. We're sorry we've killed millions of your relatives, American people. We're so sorry that you're 100 pounds overweight and a diabetic in a nursing home with dementia. We're sorry. But we're going to stop now. Yeah, right. When pigs fly, that'll happen. When pigs fly. And I haven't seen any flying pigs lately. Of course, I would think that wouldn't need commentary. I would think that would be obvious to anybody that understands what's going on.
Yeah. I agree, Mitch. And, someone can speculate all they want, but, we'll just have to.
They are going to.
Who knows what they're going to, because the methods are. The methods are
going
and same stuff that's been going on forever, a long time.
They're going to mount one of the greatest propaganda campaigns. They will try every dirty trick in the book.
Yeah.
They're going to manufacture stories about how Robert F. Kennedy, they've just discovered, raped 6 different women when he was in college.
Yeah.
They are going to try to cancel. They've been trying to cancel him his whole career.
It's amazing it's amazing he's doing as well as he is.
Well, nobody ever took him seriously. He never had any traction. He's been yelling about this stuff for years. So have all of we, but we never get any traction. The entire system is stacked against us and our message. It's stacked against us in the halls of Google and YouTube. Only since Elon Musk bought Twitter and somebody started Rumble is there a platform where we can go on without being censored, shadow banned, canceled completely. There's too much power, too much money behind the corruption, and it is corruption. What about all the government people they've bought off over the years in the USDA and the FDA and those and the NHI, the National NIH, the National Institute of Health, all the colleges they've bought off, all the media they've bought off.
Yeah.
They fund everything. They fund the medical schools now, for God's sake, so that they'll continue to give out this phony bullshit message that you need to eat more heart healthy plants and vegetables and don't eat that deadly red meat. And God, it's so cemented into our common knowledge and conventional wisdom that it can't change. And Robert F. Kennedy's got a battle ahead of him.
Yeah.
And the way to start that fixing it is, I think, just cleaning house in the government. But how are you going to clean out the media? How are you going to clean out the universities? How are you going to clean out everything that feeds this dangerous message they've been putting out? In a hurry. You'll put half the country out of work, for God's sakes. Yeah, we might get the right message out, but we'll have an economic collapse if it happens. So it can't happen fast. Too much of our economy. And the people today, they're worried about what's going to happen. I saw a thing on the news this morning. These people are worried, well, what's going to happen to all the tax accountants if Donald Trump manages to eliminate the IRS? And a tax accountant was asking Vivek Ramaswamy a question. He said, well, what am I going to do for a job if they do away with the IRS? And his answer was great. And he basically talked about the fact that income tax is new. It's not something we've always had. And the income tax, the fact that the government is collecting so much money is what's driving this outrageous growth of a corrupt government and the deep state and all of these people. He said, the best way to get rid of them is we don't need as much money as we're taking out of the pockets of Americans every year. It's just funding the growth of an out of control government. He said, and as far as you're concerned, this tax won't go away overnight. You'll have a job for a while, and in maybe 10 years from now, you'll have to find another line of work. That's what he said. And I loved it. I loved that answer. At any rate, that's politics, and that's just me. But that's real. That's realistic. That's realism. Okay, Ellen, we made it to 9:30. I see Stickman's Garage. These morning streams go by way too fast. Well, I think that's a good thing.
Yes, it's a good thing.
It's an hour, and that's about it. Maybe I go 10, 15 minutes over if I've got a lot of questions to answer, but we accomplish what we do. Every one of us in here feels like, no, we're not alone. No, we're not having problems that are unique. It's not our fault. We're not failing. Everybody is having the same problems we are. And we're here talking about motivating yourself and answers and reasons why we all have these problems. And I think it's very, very important. I'd like to see this morning live stream grow to where there's 1,000 people in here, because I guarantee you, of all the people who watch carnivore videos on YouTube or keto videos or any of that stuff, and there are tens, if not hundreds of thousands of them. There must be. Ken Berry's got over 3 million subscribers. Every one of them would benefit, just like every alcoholic benefits from a daily meeting like this meeting we have here every morning. And that's why I'm doing it every morning and putting my other live streams down on a level of importance to this one. And I'm trying to make it technically as good as I can with good video and sound so that it's somewhat pleasant to watch, because the one thing I can change, I'm afraid, is you're stuck looking at me. And I can't make myself much prettier. Dante's video, Boyd Lamb said, was a video to a reaction video. Oh, God. Ellen, if I ever start doing reaction videos, will you please remind me that I don't do reaction videos and I got to tell you, you can't figure out what to say when you have to make a reaction video to a reaction video,
I will, Mitch. Gladly. I'll get a big hook up here.
Thank you. The one thing you're not going to see me is doing a video or a live stream with a TV screen behind me playing some fool's nonsense, stopping it every 2 minutes and disagreeing with that fool. You're all too smart for that. You all know too much for that. You sure as hell don't need me. Now, those videos, when you make fools of somebody else, seem to attract a lot of attention for some reason. People like to see somebody making a fool of somebody they disagree with.
That's the mindless masses, in my opinion.
I guess I don't go there. I don't go there.
I just don't support it. Yep. Okay.
All right.
We do have, I don't know. Do you have one more question from Cliff?
No, I think that's going to do it for today. Again, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, Ellen. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Let me put my cigar down here. Even I only had about a few puffs of it, and I'll save it for later. And I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody. I'm going to bring you in here. Let me bring you in. I'm going to say goodbye, and then I'm going to turn off the echo cancellation, and then I'm going to play the goodbye music.
Okay. That's a plan. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. I'm so glad I was back here having coffee with you this morning. Have a great day, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It was good to see you, and we'll see you again on Tuesday morning.
I know. I'm so sad I have to work tomorrow, but I'll be back on Tuesday, everyone.
Just don't let them kill you. That's all. Okay.
They haven't yet.
All right. We'll see you later.
Okay.
All right, and that just leaves me, and then I'm going to go into my settings. I'm going to turn off stupid echo cancellation, which I hate, and I'm going to play my music right here. There it is. And if you got any coffee left like I do, finish it. Hopefully this sets a happy mood for you all today. Thank you all so much for coming. I really appreciate you being here. Sorry about the little technical difficulty. We will fix that post-haste. And with that, my friends, have a great day. Have a great month. It's the 1st of December. And as usual, take the rest of the day off. It's a holiday weekend. And eat meat.